Welcome to Chamber Chats, a weekly series by the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce highlighting our valued members. As always, find out more about the Chamber and our members online at westmonroechamber.org. Special thanks to our Season 2 title sponsor, Ouachita Valley Federal Credit Union. And now, this week's episode of Chamber Chats.
Hey everyone, on this episode of Chamber Chats, I'm joined with our chairman for 2024, Brandon Welch with Brookshires. Hey Brandon.
Hey Chris.
Hey, well thanks for coming. A couple quick questions for you. Hey, what motivated you to join the board and now it's your chairman year? What's your outlook for your chairman year?
Outlook on my chairman year, when I think about the chamber as a whole, I think about the embetterment of all the businesses that are in our city.
Sure.
So, I'll be intentional. I think my vision is to create an open space to where the chamber engages more with their members, and not only that, for every member that's a part of the chamber collectively.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lot of chairmen in a row that have had a strong sense of leadership, a great tie to the community, and I feel like that you're bringing that too. What do you think is your immediate priorities? You mentioned being an open dialogue with the community. What's your immediate priority that you're setting a tone for?
It would definitely be a full understanding of what the chamber actually offers for our members. A lot of people don't know what a chamber offers or don't know what things are available to them. So
well, and times have changed. It's not just a luncheon meeting space, right? We are a very dynamic group, and that's probably shown in our membership growth the last couple of years. So we're knocking on 900 members as a result of trying to respond to those needs of our community. Right. So, at Brookshires, tell us a little bit about your role, and you are an award winner inside the company. Reflect on that for us for a second.
Definitely. I've been lucky enough to have a great career with Brookshire Grocery Company. My role is a store director. I'm a store director, so I oversee day-to-day operations. Yeah. One of our larger premier stores here in the city. Just a great run. Store director of the year. Yeah, we're on that. FMI finalist. That's only 3 in the world. And you're talking.
What is FMI? Tell us that.
It's the National Food Institution.
Okay.
It's a nationwide award.
So is that just grocery industry, or is that all food purveyors?
That's in the entire grocery industry.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of employees.
That's a lot of employees. Well, a lot of chains.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
So what do you think, what do you think they're highlighting in your leadership style that has made you win those awards?
It's people. Understanding that my job is to take care of the people that ultimately take care of our customers.
That's perfect.
And we lose sight of that so many times. So
right.
You have to be intentional. You have to have a vision. You have to be empathetic and compassionate for the folks that work for you. So,
sure. Because they're just people after all, right? Everybody's coming with their baggage. So that's interesting. Let's transition. How do you apply that to dealing with local businesses? What's your relationship building technique there?
It's the exact opposite. I think with our businesses, and as the chairman, I turn into ultimately the customer. I turn into the customer, and I turn into I'm sorry, not the customer. I turn into the employee for the chamber business. I offer a service to the chamber member. So I say, hey, instead of leading, instead of having a vision, I ultimately say, hey, how can I help you?
Yeah. What is your vision? What are your needs?
And what do you want to go with your business? And how can I assist you, or what services can I help you?
Yeah. So where did you start in Brookshires? Tell us a little bit about your pathway in that business.
Started bagging groceries.
Oh, wow.
Everybody in our company, everybody starts from the bottom. Everybody, even our founder. I mean, he started from the bottom and he worked his way up. I've ran a couple stores here in the area, some remotely, some over in different areas, but worked my way up to assistant and ultimately a store director.
So it probably gives you a respect for the employees that you're managing, literally the task. You've done you've walked in their footsteps, literally.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit. It seems like Brookshires has a very keen sense of growing their employees and investing in their employees as a way of fostering both loyalty to the company, but also a sense of corporate culture that's very strong.
Right.
To maybe reflect on what you kind of take from that.
I always tell people, we got a saying in our company that we're in the people business, but we just happen to sell groceries.
There we go.
You know, and with that being said, I mean, our company is built on Christian-based core values. We have a core value that's called the WT way, and that's jumping over the counters. WT, our founder, was known for jumping over the counters when he saw a customer that came in every day. He knew customers by name. So just building a culture. You know, we want to continue to build a culture where everyone is included.
Sure.
You know, we have different diversity and inclusion areas in our company and we most of all we keep an open door policy. You know, you can speak about anything that bothers you, any concerns, anything.
So that's interesting. So let's transition back again. This is your chairman year. You have this corporate culture you're carrying with you. Sounds like deeply ingrained in you.
Right.
How does that apply? You know, how are we adapting to be a voice for those members that we represent? What can we do to cultivate that relationship between businesses and the chamber?
Engaging, you know, we just spoke in an executive meeting at the chamber just the other day about visiting these businesses, having those conversations. We had a mixer just last night where a lot of our leadership asked the actual business, I mean, what are your troubles? What are your concerns? You know, so that open door policy, just as it is in Brookshire Grocery Company, we can relate that to the chamber, and we can say, hey, that open door policy also applies here because the door is open for anything that you have needs about. Anything, if you have issues with the chamber, if you have issues with your membership.
We can't fix it if we don't know.
We don't know, so
That's
we invite you to actually help us help you.
Yeah. Brandon, what key piece of advice maybe have you gotten in your leadership development that you really resonate with? Like, what's something that you walk with?
It would be selfless. You know, you selfless. Another one comes to mind is patience. Like, we got to understand that everybody will not lead like us, but that doesn't make them an exclusion. You know, everybody has to be included. I mean, it doesn't matter if they do not grasp the concept as well as you do. You know, so empathetic. We got to be empathetic for our people as well. We have to relate to what our folks are going through, and sometimes we can get lost in that. Like sometimes we can get very lost in that. And you know, I think it was Simon Sinek that said people will do the why you do it before the what you do.
That's right.
So yeah,
that's an interesting turn. So taking on that, you know, the chamber is evolving as an entity. Where do you see the future of where we can make an impact, and from the feedback that you're hearing from members?
From members, definitely the number one, you know, way that we can make an impact is empowering our businesses. You know, helping the struggling businesses understand what tools or what's necessary for them not to close the doors.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just the knowledge, it's empowerment. You know, sometimes everybody who has a business, unfortunately, they're not aware how to run good businesses, and that's where we come in.
Yeah, and I think very often people want to be their own boss, but that also translates to being their own CPA, which may be foreign to them, their own legal advisor, which may be foreign to them, their own social media person, which may be foreign to them, and on and on and on. And at the end of the day, you're putting in probably 80 hours working for yourself.
Exactly.
Where yourself is probably the worst boss you'll ever have.
Exactly.
You know? But accessing those tools that are probably right around you, and empowering. I love that empowerment. That's a great word for the year.
For example, I mean, I had a conversation with a very good friend just the other day, and she said, I am very good at being my own boss, but I think I'm not so good as being a businesswoman. And you can relate to what she's saying. She's saying, hey, Brandon, I can do everything under the sun as far as my product, but as far as managing my product, I need help. I need assistance. And it's a lot of business owners and small business owners that fight this same struggle. And I think as a chamber, that's where we come in at.
You know, the number one thing that you're resonating on right there is we find people undervalue the product or services that they're bringing to the market.
Right.
You know, they go, oh, the widget cost me $1. I have 5 minutes of my time in it. I'm only going to sell it for $1.25. I don't want to take advantage of people. But you can't live on those small margins. You know, a company like Brookshires can chase the penny, but a small business person has to be very conscious of what their time is worth.
That's right.
Because you took time away from promoting yourself or you
Right.
took time away from something else.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really the number one thing that we talk about with most of our small businesses is don't undervalue your time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Brandon, the future of the chamber is looking bright. What's the future of Brandon Welch? What else outside of Brookshires? I know that you have your own enterprise. You want to share a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
Definitely. 5 years ago, I decided to become an economic developer.
Yeah.
So I opened up a company, Welching Development.
Yeah.
Partnered with a cousin of mine at ComNet.
Yeah.
So we are definitely into economic development, buying and flipping. I mean, everything under the sun that has anything to do with acquisitions, rehabbing,
Yeah.
renovating. So
Literally putting your own dollars
exactly.
into the process.
So I see growth. I see the sky's the limit for me. I mean, I'm never not working.
Yeah.
So I'll continue to establish myself and establish my business and continue to try to grow.
Well, I think that that's wonderful to bring that to your chairman year. Is you're a small business owner, you're an entrepreneur in your own shoes, and you're bringing this experience of leadership roles and cultivation from Brookshire. So we're very excited to learn from you and adapt from what you have a vision for this year.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
well, thanks, Brandon, for your time, and we look forward to seeing where 2024 takes us.
Good. Me too.
Thanks you for watching this episode of Chamber Chat. Stay tuned for many more episodes highlighting members and our board, filmed live here at Louisiana Delta Community College.